like, I don't think Shadow Fiend does that well on tri-lanes. Like, it wouldn't be my go-to. What do you think about that?
I think the last pick, Witch Doctor, kind of screws any plan they have.
Yeah.
Because either way, it's going to be suboptimal for HOT6. So HOT6, I feel, has the draft advantage here, but it comes down to laning phase, how well they do, and then Bloodseeker, how great of a start he gets.
Yeah, the thing as well, like, we don't really have any burst damage at the start of the game. Like, Shadow Fiend and Earthshaker are their burst damage late game. But at the start of the game, they have very, very little. And even like a level 1 Witch Doctor heal could completely change team fights. Ooh. Okay, we're into the game now. Let's see. Okay, so for MVP, Forev is playing as Bloodseeker. We've got MP playing the Leshrac, Jerex on Lina, Heen on the Witch Doctor, and then Sunbi? Is that how you pronounce his name?
That's what I've been calling him.
Sunbi. Okay, and who do we have?
I'm glad you went the same route as well. Up on top lane, Miracle on the Earthshakers. He'll be off lane ES, all on his own. Chibi playing that Shadow Fiend at mid. KS, Rubik, with Ysera supporting him as well. Dazzle, and Poloson on the Drow Ranger.
Okay, so
it is going to be safe lane tri-lane, it looks like here from 5EVER and Broodmother down at bot. How many sentries do they have is the question. Ysera doesn't have any. Rubik, whereabouts are you? 2 sentries. So he's got 1 set with Dust as well. So they're definitely going to be piling on the pressure a little bit on this Broodmother as early as they possibly can.
Okay, so I don't have any settings. Okay, I can just use the things at the top. The problem is, though, Brood doesn't actually need to do like get any last hits at the start of the game. All he needs is level 5 or level 4. Just get up that Spiderling army. Oh, and he places a very, very aggressive Observer Ward. That's very nice.
Interesting.
It is a very cool Observer Ward, though, isn't it? Like, it allows him to suss out who's in the lane, who's standing behind the tower. Kind of even just get an early check on the inventory and see who has the sentries, who has the wards, the dust. Oh, God. They have dust and sentries. But early game, they don't really have much killing power. I still think he could nearly walk away.
Well, 1 bounty rune apiece. Lesh and Shadow Fiend both picking that up. Leshrac, what are we actually seeing item-wise? Going for a faster bottle pickup for him. Magic Wand, as well as a shared Tango, while Shadow Fiend went for the Wraith Band.
Yeah.
His is going to be quite heavily delayed in comparison.
It's pretty... He also got the bounty rune on both mid-heroes. What do you think about that? Do you think you should always prioritize the bottle on the mid-hero, or...?
The majority of the time, if your mid hero is a bottle carrier, then I think you go for that route because you pretty much know that the opponent's going to do the same. But then obviously there's exceptions like Wisp. If you're going for a fast bottle on him, there's there are small little nuances that you can pick up on that sometimes maybe you don't.
And so I think there's a lot on Sunbind here in the offlane. Like, if he can stay alive, get early levels, he can just put so much pressure that will allow Witch Doctor and Lina to do whatever they want. And it's very easy to roam on Shadow Fiend when you have a hero like Leshrac middle, because he has the stun and he has so much burst damage in the early game that any sort of rotation from even 1 support could be enough to completely kill Shadow Fiend.
Oh, I know where he is.
God.
So he wants to find him.
Eats a Tango.
They're getting close, but they're not close enough. So Ysera's going to focus on pulling. Not going to be able to pull through here because he's got that camp stacked up. The healing creeps and the little kobolds. Oh,
God.
Oh, there we go. The range attack finally clicks onto him.
Alright, let's see how the supports are doing it. Like, when it's very stagnant at the start of the game, it's all about like which support can do the most and how much you can efficiently use the jungle while your carry is farming. So we already have 1 pull, and like MVP missed out on that kind of opportunity as well. So,
but you take a look at Miracle, he's barely hitting level 2, while the Broodmother, he can hide in the trees. With the webs over here, there's no real threat to him being killed.
Yeah.
So he can leech experience. It kind of reminds me of the days where Jimmy, Demon, played Tidehunter, he would cut through the trees and find all these little nooks and crannies. His Keeper of the Light offlane was notorious for that.
That was hilarious, actually. I remember the first time I saw that, I was so confused.
Like, what are you doing? Why are you there? Invis Rune, gonna get taken up by MP. Might Protector.
You take a look at the last hits. It's extremely difficult to deal with the Shadow Fiend middle when he has that Drow Aura. Even that tiny bit of extra damage is enough to just get you a few early souls, and all of a sudden Leshrac, he's going to start struggling.
Especially when he doesn't have a Null Talisman.
Yeah.
So often we see Null on mid-int heroes especially, but Leshrac, not getting a Null. Definitely giving up a few last hits in this early wave laning phase. So 13 to 8 for the Shadow Fiend, doubling up on the last hits with that Leshrac.
Huge. But when you get level 3 Lightning Storm, oh god. Like, if you can control the runes with your supports, it allows Leshrac just to decimate mid. Like.
Are we seeing any stacking actually? The large camp not stacked up at all. The Shadow Fiend gonna need some way to get back into this game.
Large camp in the Radiant jungle is stacked.
One little stack over there. And it has to be Shadow Fiend. There are no real other heroes that rely on farming through the jungle. MVP's jungle could get a little cramped though.
Farm it on Earthshaker. If he gets a few more levels, just use Soul Ring, Fissure, that kind of stuff. Maybe get him a level or two. Miracle just seems lost. Like, he actually seems like he doesn't have a home to go to.
If he had got a Fissure there, Chibi landed the long-range raise, one Fissure, and MP's gonna die. He's actually waiting in the wings, hiding in the fog. Miracle now, Soul Ring going for the Fissure. Leshrac backs himself up at just the right time.
Yeah, that was a nice move there. Daytime vision, not the best for Earthshaker. But at the same, like, okay, you have a look at the Broodmother who's got a Basilius, like, closing in on Soul Ring. Like, this is going to be spooky town. Like, sure, he has one CS, but that's enough.
This is what we usually see from support Earthshakers. Sitting mid, stacking camps. This is meant to be your 3-role hero. Sure enough, he can still get a lot of things done. The threat of him being towards his middle lane is, you know, kind of forcing the Leshrac to sit back a little bit.
I'm interested to see when Forev on his Bloodseeker, like what he does, what items he goes for, how he plays it. Like, will he be aggressive, you know, TPing early, getting ganks off? How is he going to do it? Or is he going to go for more of a farming kind of late game role?
I think if you go treads and hit level 6, you can definitely look to go and gank, but where do you think the biggest target is for them? Is it
goes
Shadow
bottom.
Fiend?
No, he goes bottom because Broodmother already has like so much farm, and their heroes are very weak. Like, Dazzle is saving his point. Sure, he'll have Grave, but apart from that, it's really, really difficult. And Miracle doesn't even have a TP scroll. Neither does Shadow Fiend, so there's no way to rotate down.
Then I guess if there's a Spiderling army, you put Rupture on someone, force them to run, then they can't run because they're being surrounded by Spiderlings. It's always that really rough situation. And the fact that Drow Ranger is having to keep the creep wave under his tower, you know, the supports need experience and gold. Drow Ranger needs to farm. They don't want to be pressured too much by Broodmother. They're not getting this push going. So there's no chip damage onto the tier
Look at these stacks though, holy Jesus. Oh yeah. So the early mech on Shadow Fiend is definitely going to be fast. Like, his supports are doing so much work. KS and Yisira? My pronunciation is ass.
Just make it up as you go along. No one's going to be angry. Tier 1 tower, the first one actually goes down at top lane. MVP HOT6 getting a little bit of gold in their pockets. So this gives the Witch Doctor boots pretty much. Gives Yirax, you know, on his way to treads or arcanes, whatever he really wants to go for. Well, Pelosin actually getting chipped away at by Sun B on this bot lane. Broodmother already with that Soul Ring. Throwing out the nukes, getting the creep lane where he wants it.
Okay, there's a chicken flying up. Okay, now this is when it starts to get scary for Joe. Like, these spiders do an absurd amount of damage. And it also just forces your already poor supports that aren't really getting any assist gold or anything. It always, okay, can anyone buy any sentries? Can anyone buy any?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's such an amazing pick, Broodmother, if you can pull it off.
Well, they've got a haste over on Chibi. He's not making his way down to bot lane. KS on this Rubik. They have got boots on both supports, so that's a great thing. With a few stacks and pulls they've done, but Pelosin on bottom lane being chased down. The Gust out. Sun B does have the mana, and the Spiderlings keep chasing him. They've got the heal and a Grave. So Ysera should be able to keep Pelosin alive here. But they forced him out of lane. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. He
has to walk back to base, and that is probably the worst way. Like, at least if you die, you spend all your gold, you can TP back, and it'll probably be like 10 seconds faster.
Yeah.
Like that,
it's like 15 second respawn time. You die, you come back to life, TP to the tier 1. Here, 15 seconds walk back, 15 seconds,
exactly,
6 to 7 seconds healing, then 15 back to lane.
Look at Forev middle. Look at him. This is hilarious. He has 530 movement speed, and he's eating through the trees with a Quelling Blade to try and get middle.
How did he get in? Oh, he sneaked in through here.
Yes.
Now he's coming around the bank. Who's he looking for? Do they know?
My God.
Do they know Chibi's following? There's a haste rune up on him, so they're not going to be able to catch him.
He's not level 6 either. This is
interesting.
Crazy.
It's very close to level 6, but without a rupture, kill potential limited. They forced Drow to TP in somehow. Frost Arrows out onto MP, and they'll slow him, but kill potential nil as Ysera. Look at that Broodmother, eyes on.
Yeah.
With the Bloodseeker coming down to bot lane. This Quelling Blade has so much value. Coming through the trees, here we go. Sun B and Forev chasing down Ysera. He's got heal and grave, but TP reaction, there is none of it.
Rubik has a TP, they're just not using it. They're like, okay, Dazzle, you're screwed.
Like, the pings are coming out saying, help him, anybody. But Bloodright should be able to finish it up here. No, yeah, there we go. Sun B gets the final click in.
That vision from the Bloodseeker is so powerful, it's ridiculous. Like, he could have juked for, held them for a few seconds longer, but because of Bloodseeker, they just got the kill and got out. Nice and clean.
Well, overall, Shadow Fiend with 73 last hits. A third of those are probably from jungle camps. The fact he's taken the stack, taken the large camp over to the west a couple of times.
I'm really favoring 5 ever here. They've stacked a lot of camps. They got a lot done. Shadow Fiend's farming really well. They rotated their safe lane core to bottom lane and only got a dazzle kill after, you know, like 20 or 30 seconds of running around doing nothing.
How efficient, though, are MVP supports? Because Lena's nearly level 6. The Leshrac, okay, he's not had a great lane, but he's not died yet. He's still progressing quite nicely in items.
You could argue, though, that the reason Lena is level 6 is because Bloodseeker rotated and gave him the lane. Because he was like... So he had, like, complete lane experience for a large amount of time. And it looks like they're trying to prioritize a bit of farm on Lena. Try maybe get that Yules up. It's extremely good against, you know, heroes like Earthshaker, Shadow Fiend, that kind of stuff.
She's got 1,400 gold.
Yeah.
So go for a Glimmer Cape, even you know, there's not much magical damage from Flutter, but just the invisibility. Again, forcing even more reveal to come out of those supports. Miracle down a bot as expected his Fisher. The Spotlinks are coming in. He's going to TP himself away and should be okay here. 200 HP when he gets back to Fountain, but Chibi actually gets stunned up by the cast. Team turns, no. One raise, Chibi ruptured up. It's not going to kill him off, and he TP's out as well. No stun there. Forthcoming from MVP.
Yes, it's very difficult. So neither team have like too much disable. Like you've got Dazzle, you got Drow, you got Shadow Fiend. You know there isn't really that much. There's only maybe 2 spells in each team. So TP scrolls are actually so powerful in this game.
MVP, Life Strike Array, Leshrac Stun. We've not seen any of these come out yet.
But these spells are kind of difficult to hit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Hasn't been a great opportunity to use them actually. 5 ever.
This is a very early smoke.
The big old smoke up into the dire jungle. 4 of them making their way over as Pelosin is actually just going to farm up mid lane. They will be able to catch MP if he stays around a little bit too long. He stayed for the skeletons. He's left it in the air. And they should be an easy kill. A couple of raises.
Only 8 gold, dude. It wasn't worth it.
Yep, the skeleton. You didn't need the skeleton.
That's a very early smoke though. And it allows Sunbind on the bottom lane and his Broodmother just so much freedom. And like, sure they got a kill on the Coil track, it's huge, but it's like usually you see smokes when you finish an item. It's like, okay, they're getting the tower, okay, it's pretty good. At least they got an objective after, because that's the one thing you worry about when you smoke, you know, it's a huge asset to have, and to use it on and only get a kill is maybe not that good.
Yeah, the Leshrac just finished off a stack, died instantly straight after.
They need to worry about Bruno though. He's got his Vlads finished and he's clicking on that tower pretty hard.
Shadow Fiend comes down, double raise, there's the gold. And that's his mech very nearly done.
It's like the perfect hero to rotate. Like he's actually the only one. And at the same time, that's a huge advantage. Because if Broodmother is pushing, you know that the Shadow Fiend is the only one that can rotate. So all of a sudden, they don't have their mech. They don't have, you know, one of their most farmed hero on the map. Like.
Middle lane, both teams getting ready, posturing up for Ev. Level 8 now, so 4 in his passive, 1 in Rupture, 2 in Blood Rage, but who do they go on? And what you mentioned in the draft they kind of need an initiator. Who is the hero that just goes? Is it Bloodseeker running in? Who starts off the fight?
It's very difficult. I think it has to be Rupture. Like that's the only way you can start it. Like if Lena or Leshrac are up at the front line at the start, you're just going to get right clicked to bits. And they also have Earthshaker for counter initiation. So I guess it's more about like not fighting and allowing Broodmother to just create the fights, you know what I mean, or create the map pressure that you can take uneven fights, I guess is the...
Holy crap, look at Ysera. Chibi's here in Invis, ready, but there we go. Ysera grabbed himself. Sun B now turned around on double raise. And Chibi finds the kill.
Very nice play from Chibi there.
Little devil.
He waited the perfect amount of time. Like he didn't panic at all, even when the Brood went on him. No.
Because you're sitting there thinking, okay, there's you know 15 Sparlings or something here. I can clear them up, get all the gold instantly.
Exactly. Yeah.
He waited for the kill.
It was very smart. And now they're trying to prioritize a bit of farm on Rubik here. Well, what's he going for? Okay, he's got a staff at Wizardry, I guess. 4 staff for Yules, probably.
That's a good question, actually.
I think Yules is pretty good against their team. You know, they have the Rupture. They also have a decent setup with Shadow Fiend. So if Rubik can set up the Requiem, it's pretty legit.
But then if he heals himself against Lena, and I guess you'd have to sort of look to use it aggressively.
Yeah, it's a defensive choice,
if you defensively do it, Leshrac and Lena, that's a pretty good setup for them.
And it's also the lack of stuns as well, because they notice the people just TPing away.
And you can dodge out from the cask from Witch Doctor. So farm-wise, 7.2k on Shadow Fiend. He's definitely by far the leading network there. 6k on the little Bloodseeker. But the Drow Ranger, regardless of her bad start, she's been farming through the jungle, and since she got that lifesteal, farming Ancients as well. Level 9, and heading into Yasha.
Yeah, allowing Drow to farm this well, like it's very, very well played from Pelosin. Just, you know, dealing with the pressure on the map and recognizing that he needs to just, you know, be safe, farm around his team and the Ancients and stuff like that.
And then what does this Bloodseeker offer you? Because the early game aggression, okay, he's kind of moved across and he's forced people into weird positions.
He hasn't really done much at all, in my opinion. He got the kill on Dazzle bottom. That was the one thing they did. But that also, like, he pressured Mill. He also, I think that he could have farmed more, maybe. He nearly, oh, what happened there?
Heen went to ward, I think, placed the sentry over by the Ancients, but it was too late. They'd already been taken, and then he gets caught by the Drow. Mask of Manus on, right clicks out.
It's definitely, you don't want to give away kills to Drow this early in the game.
Chibi? There's no way the Broodmother can kill on his own, but with Forev coming in, actually, Chibi has a TP scroll. This is going to be tight. He has to mech when he's on, like, you know, 2/3 HP to try and get through that nuke damage. There's the mech here for TP. Do they have enough damage? No, they do not.
Well,
simple choice from Shadow Fiend.
Pretty OP item.
TP scroll.
100 gold live.
100 gold counters, what, 3 heroes, 2 heroes?
Yep.
Not too shabby. Not
Okay,
too
let's
shabby.
see.
Yeah, KS is going for a 4-step over in that Rubik. Ysera still playing the hard support, but he's got 1,200 gold in the bank. Could go for Arcanes, a Medallion, Urn. Lots of options for him.
The BKB is also so good against MVP Phoenix. Like, they're going this kind of high burst damage team. They don't really have... I guess Bloodseeker technically does right-click damage, but it's not like a massive amount yet.
Oh, they've got it. Nice tracker left as well. Yeah, that's it. Fine, Chibi. The Shadow Beat's gone. Fisher a little bit too late. Spiderlings, are you sure you want to go in here? Miracle going to gun back onto MP as Pelosin's come in. The Life Striker will land back onto him for F now. His passive is pretty damn burning as Ysera. Graven TP, no further stun. Oh, there is the split up. Just catches him before he can get out. Forev comes out of this with a triple kill and Miracle. Is there another stun? Is there another? Oh no! Yerax!
Okay, so he tried to time the stun. You know, he was like, okay, he's TPing, I need to cast it right now. And he just tried to, like, use the minimum distance possible.
So out of nowhere, 4 from 5 ever get crushed in their own jungle. MP now has enough gold to finish off his Bloodstone. Yerax can... has he finished off Yule Scepter? Oh, that's not the right hotkey. Where is my courier? Oh dear.
You can click on it. Double click in the bottom right. Yeah.
So that's Yule Scepter done.
It's huge. And it's also probably Roshan. Oh my god.
Damn.
Alright, so the thing about that fight as well, when you get an Invis rune on your Leshrac, and we were talking at the start again about how difficult it is to use like Lina stun, Leshrac stun, but having complete vision on Shadow Fiend, he's like the most farmed hero, and he also has their mechanism. Reversing him, killing him at the start of the fight, and then you have the Bloodseeker for the chase. Like, oh man. Like,
and he was just standing there in the jungle thinking, oh yeah, I could push down bot lane, sort of deciding where to go, and all of a sudden there's 4 heroes around him. So 4F with his BKB, first charge has been used already, and with this Blade of Alacrity, you know, you can't assume it goes into S and Y. Tank up a little bit, attack speed, movement speed.
It's pretty legit, yeah. I think, like, Manta's okay. It's not, like, obviously Earthshaker loves if you get Manta, but it's pretty good against, you know, Drow Silence. I think Sanjin Yasha might be the way forward, yes.
Then later on, you know, you can always split it up into Manta, Halberd, if that's the route you want to go down. Drow Ranger has finished off Yasha with a Mask of Manus, and Shadow Fiend not too far away from... Oh, we've got the heals with Yerax. There's the setup they want. Life Striker, Lacuna Blade. He's pretty much solo killing him. Jimmy down as MP TP's in and finishes him off.
Man,
One support.
That early rotation of Bloodseeker ended up getting Jarex so much farm that he finishes his Yules at like 15 minutes and is able to solo kill their mid hero. Like, oh my god.
So basically now, Lina is looking like a mid-hero.
Core.
She is the 4th core. Broodmother still applying pressure now. He's moved up to mid lane, taking full control over the Radiant jungle. Look at this massive stack of Spiderlings. If Dazzle or even Drow Ranger, one misstep and they're dead.
Oh man, it's just so difficult, especially like because of their draft. The only one that can even slightly deal with him is Shadow Fiend. And if you know Shadow Fiend is split pushing and if you see him on the map, like Brood is pretty much free roam. You just have to be careful about the Drow damage, I guess.
So as the Witch Doctor here, do you just continue buying like Observers, Wards, get an Urn, Tranquils, or do you start thinking, hey, I can afford some big items, Aghanims?
I think Urn is very probably one of the most amazing items in the game, especially in the way we play Dota these days. It's like you want to, when you get something, you need to pressure, and you need to kind of assert dominance on the map. And having that sustained fire,
Echo Slam's big though from Miracle onto 2. They've already taken out 1, and MP cannot go further in here. Forev's already got his first life. He just immortal down, and Yerax out of mana and out of spells. His final legs are chasing after the tier 3. Are they still going?
Look how fast Forev is.
Pretty damn speedy. What's his movement speed? Oh, he was over 600. He's now down to 550, but that's pretty ridiculous. MP gets hit again by the long-range Fisher. That's a Witch Doctor for Rubik trade.
Yeah, I think
That's not too bad.
it's not too bad actually. Yeah.
That big Echo, I thought it was a lot worse. I guess they lost Aegis Immortal over on the Bloodseeker.
Yes.
But if they're getting the tier 2 in exchange, that's well worth it. Because already they've got full control of the Raging Jungle. Spiderlings get cleared up by Miracle down at bot lane, which is a nice bit of gold. Chibi's caught, and in comes Rubik into the Pulse Nova. He's already dead, ripped apart by that, and Chibi, your escape plan, bail back to the fountain, I think.
Honestly, these shallow graves from Ysera have been fairly on point. You know, in both team fights, he used them very, very well, like right at the end. And like it seems like such a simple-ish thing to do, but it can really, really turn a team fight, especially against a hero like Bloodseeker. When Forev went in with the Aegis, he was trying to kill someone to get the passive proc, you know what I mean? So he gets the life back. But the Shallow Grave denied him twice. It was nice.
And then if it's Lima in Laguna Blade, you're sort of thinking, well, I kind of need to grave them a third of their HP so they just don't get zapped off the map. But then if you do it too early and Yurak sort of holds it and baits it out, that's grave gone. Wait. Oh, is that Rupture? Oh man, you gotta keep running. He's losing all of his HP, and this is Forev diving. Easy kill.
Oh man, the Blood Rage Edict push is look at this shit, dude.
Crap! Look, what the hell is that? Tower's already dead. Creeps are gone, Tower's gone. And Edict is off cooldown in 15 seconds. Blood Rage is ready right now. Fisher gonna land on the 2, traps MP on the wrong side. This is pretty damn good. Earthquake now drags it back. But the Witch Doctor, look at it go with a Death Ward. What the hell? MP just denied himself. And Chibi's getting chased. Forev doesn't give a damn about your stuns, your damage, or anything. Okay, he's not gonna go for the kill
The
now.
return. Oh my god. Having that Leshrac with the Bloodseeker is it's insanity how quickly they push.
Oh, where did Broodmother die? Broodmother died of bot lane, apparently. Okay.
I might have spilled monster on my pants. It's fine.
Oh dear. At least you'll smell nice all day.
Yeah, what do I smell like now?
0 sugar.
I smell like no sugar. What does it even smell like?
Water?
I guess.
Water and energy. Well, I don't know. The energy comes from sugar, surely.
Yeah, I guess.
Who knows?
Alright, Blink Dagger on this track. What do you think of that, Dagger? Because in my opinion, they have so much right-click damage, you should get a Ghost Scepter. You know, you're against a Drought team with a Shadow Fiend with minus armor and a Dazzle minus armor. Like, what do you think about the Blink Dagger?
I think with the fact that Bloodseeker is chasing so heavily,
Yeah.
he needs some way to catch up. Because if they start the fight off with Bloodseeker going, you know, Blood Rite, Rupture and things like that, Pelosin has always been running away. So they can get a pretty quick and easy kill, not really relying forever just diving balls deep into these tier 4 towers. Leshrac can keep up, throw out another Lightning, another Split Earth, and then he's in the midst of the fight, which I agree with you. He now needs to go with Ghost Scepter. I think the order there is player preference. They want to be more aggressive now rather than being a little more defensive. But a BKB, do you think that's necessary against Nurture? It's just the Earthshaker, right?
It's literally Earthshaker, yeah. But it's if Forev can go on Earthshaker, like if he can BKB and just Rupture him, all of a sudden the team fight is extremely favorable for MVP. Like that Rupture, if used correctly, can just win them the game, I think.
Yeah, and you can already see 5ever are prepping for this. They've got sentries out inside their base, so there's no high ground vision out for MVP. Ooh, watching for these engagements.
I just want to look at the last hits. I love looking at last hits when there's like
a Broodmother in the game.
Exactly.
209.
There's a huge pick middle.
Pelosin is graved up, but there's no escape. He's got no way to get out. That is BKB charge from Forev, but farming-wise, Drow Ranger.
No buyback on Drow either. Yeah. And we've seen how quickly they push with the Leshrac.
So there goes their Aura. There goes their Gust, their main real right-click damage carry. Shadow Fiend you put up there, but he's Mech, BKB, Requiem, and Razors. He's got all the magic damage output. Let's have a look. Okay, this Rax I'm pretty sure was close to full HP before they moved up. Blood Rage and Edicts just keeps on pumping out that damage. They place an Observer Water, it's going to get directly countered.
Okay, Diabolic Edict on their Bloodlust deals 2,016 damage. Holy shit.
So that's more than a full Rax gone.
Oh man, that is spooky stuff. They still have Earthshaker. He's only level 10 though, that level 1 Echo Slam. I don't know.
Go and kill some spiderlings, buddy.
If you get Yule's, oh god, they have the counter initiation though.
Chibi? Oh, they miss it out. Urax doesn't land that stun. Chibi's going to be very thankful about that. Now, Miracle, you know, he kind of needs to stand here just ready and waiting in case they do start diving in. It would be lovely for him to go and get some spiderling kills with bot because now, oh man, it jumps straight in. Miracle captures one. Leshrak's already dead for him. The run. But that's another BKB forced. Can they, without the Leshrak, they can't really go in on this melee Rax. Drow Ranger still a bot lane. They're going to get run at? Because the telekinesis of the Forever drags him back. They're still right-clicking away. And yeah, this was a bad idea.
Oh,
Miracle, that's a great Fisher. Catches 4M. Yule's up in the air, but Chibi just keeps on running. It's a 4M. The rupture down. Death pour down to Chibi. He's not got mad for BKB. He'll get the right-click down. That's a Glimmer Cape and Grey. Both the save the Shadow Fiend. Dazzle drops low.
Oh man, Miracle has been so on point this game. He is keeping 5-Ever in the game single-handedly. Like these Fisher blocks, the Echo Slams, everything has just been really, really on point. That ward on the outside their base as well, at nighttime, just allowed them to see what was coming up the creep wave.
And then you got Ysera with Glimmer Cape and Grave.
Yeah.
He is just perfectly timed. You know, maybe the Grave was a little early there, but he's still saving the targets he needs to save. Oh. And the entirety of this, Paulson's been farming bot lane.
Yeah, but look at that bottom tower, Durga.
Yeah, it's been chipped away a fair
he's
bit.
just nicking at it. Alright, so Heen's going for Force Staff and Tranquil Boots, but it looks okay. So the main thing that's causing them trouble at the moment is the Air Shaker Fisher blocks. And if you have a Force Staff, you know, just a bit of utility to try and get over that Fisher, it can completely change the fights. Oh, okay, so they're going for BKB. They're on Leshrak. They're terrified of Air Shaker. Miracle is playing out of his mind.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Overall, net worth wise, 12,000 lead for MVP Phoenix, but that's not surprising with 1 Rax down, tier 3s, like every single outer tower is gone. So that's a huge boost of gold. And then you look at how many towers 5-Ever have taken. 2 tier 1s?
It's not even that as well. It's just the fact that Broodmother is always in the Radiant jungle. So it's like, it's his map. You know what I mean? This ain't your map. This is my map.
Well, when was the last time we saw 5-Ever move out of this box?
I haven't seen it at all. Like, especially
like the past 8-9 minutes?
Every time they're just waiting for MVP to push into them, which is pretty much the best thing they can do, I guess, right now. Or maybe like you need to push out your lanes and smoke. But against a Broodmother, how are you meant to do that?
Roshan is alive, and here we go. Okay. Goodbye, Roshan. You are losing your HP at a drastic rate. Insatiable hunger as well as eating, just ripping him apart. That blood rage, man. SNY will Shadow Fiend, but there is 0 chance they contest this. Like, there's no way they make it there. I don't think there's a way they actually take this fight. Unless, you know, somehow they get a 5-man Echo and instant smoke out of the pit.
Look at Lena's farm, Durka. Holy crap.
Glimmer Cape and close to Ags.
Oh my god, so spooky.
Where is she in terms of net worth? She's only 8.5k, but that's double what the Witch Doctor has. It's, you know, 1.5 times
support,
it's 1.5 times the Earthshaker, who was their 3 spot.
Oh man. Oh, they spotted Drow.
Oh, she's got BKB. The smoke. Urax dancing on the very outskirts of that smoke range.
They don't really have any instant stuns. That's you know, you could
if you hex and then stun and then zap and
exactly, but they don't have anything like that. They need, like, even if you use, you can still always get off your BKB before, you know, Split Earth or Lena stun. So okay,
that insta-cast BKB. It has been the bane of so many people.
Alright, so you're 5-Ever here. What's the game plan, Durka? What do we do?
You just hold your base. I don't think there is any way you can leave your base and go actively looking for a fight. Because Shadow Fiend's got S and Y, so he doesn't really have a massive amount of damage output. It's not like they haven't gone all in, which I kind of like. They haven't gone massive amount of crit on the SF to try and just destroy people.
Yeah.
Drow Ranger, do you have something on the courier? No.
Nope. Sad times.
And it is on Miracle's shoulders. Level 11, he's got 2 in Echo Slam.
This is
if he gets the big jump, then they all have to pile in.
Right,
There's no way he jumps and then they fall back.
Oh, another good Fisher. But the thing is, he has Aegis. He doesn't give a crap.
He just stands there and he needs to get a little bit closer for the Edict, but
this
it
is
does run out. Pull the hole. There's the blink out.
Oh, this is an amazing position for MVP. Like, you can't use Echo Slam on Leshrak, and that's what was winning them the team fights before. Because he has the Aegis, he'll just come back to like a laugh at you.
Blood right down, Peloton silent stop, but Rax are gone. They get the Glimmer Cape onto MP.
I guess I'll just go mid now. Same again, boys.
Well, look at this. They've forced 5 from 5-Ever up to top, and they're down at bot lane. Broodmother just hammering away at these Rax.
And the only one that can actually fight is Shadow Fiend again, like we talked about at the start of the game. And in a position like this, Shadow Fiend needs to be where the fight's gonna happen because he has your mech, he has your, you know, all your damage basically.
They're just getting pulled from pillar to post, dragged around. Like it's not as though HOT6 are dragging them from, you know, one corner of that to the other. They're dragging them from one side of their base to the other, from top to bottom, top to bottom.
And while this is happening, they're farming like the All Ancients. They're doing, you know, a neutral camp here and there, and 5FR are just getting nothing.
Overall XP difference sitting at about 9,000, but yeah, you see from the net worth difference between the two teams, closing in on 5k, 30 minutes in. Ooh,
nice.
MP Glimmer caped up, blinks out.
Why is the cooldown of Diabolic Edict only 22 seconds? Explain that to me, Durga. That's like nearly every single creep wave. Like, oh my god.
Leshrac, balanced horseman.
Oh,
He's gonna have BKB. Oh, he does.
that's huge.
So that's nothing expended by MVP, right? Nothing at all.
Wait, what do you mean? Yours has a 23-second cooldown.
Figuratively, nothing at all.
But it's the same though. Like they have all their spells up again. Yeah, you're 100% correct. Now they can just do it. Like they can do it again. If Drow is caught out in any way, she's dead. Because they need the silence. It's so key.
I really wish there was a way to count how many Spirelings Broodmother has. Because there must be like 20 plus here.
Look at them. Oh my god.
Life stealing and doing extra damage. They've got more armor.
They picked up a gem to kind of try and counteract that Glimmer Cape. Oh man.
And Miracle's the one holding it. He's the one that has to go in. That's a blink over on the Broodmother. It's quite interesting to see like the different item builds on Broodmothers.
Yeah.
A lot of conspiracy there players quite often go for Orchid after Midas, then sort of Blink, BKB, Butterfly, AC, and go for a full Battle Brood. Then you see the Chinese teams. They have sort of the Dagon E-Blade build, the Necro build after Midas. This is completely different. This is the old school build, going Soul Ring into Vlad's and just being this full pushing force.
Yeah,
so KS, one to the dust.
They need something. They need someone to just be out of position. And the problem is it can't be Leshrac. Like when Leshrac stands at the front line with the Blood Rage on, they can't do anything because they have one cycle of team fight. You know what I mean? You have only Echo Slam and Airshake as lockdown.
And then Requiem.
And Requiem, yeah. But if he initiates, like, oh, this is it.
Chibi BKB's up. They get the first life of the Leshrac, and now Requiem. Can they finish off the timing? No, Chibi cancels halfway through. MP just blinks himself out. So how many BKBs is that? 2 BKBs. Mech gone. They're healing themselves up. The Death Ward on the high ground. Spawn Spirelings and the cask is bouncing back and forth and back and forth. The Gust will give him a bait for now, but Pelosian's dead. He's no! The Grave! Syracuse is alive. Can he get back to the bounce? If they give up the Rubik, the Lightning's not going to catch him. And Chibi somehow keeps on fighting through it all. Gets stunned up, Zap, but Glimmer Cape on. Perfect timing miracle. 2-man. Echo Slam, but look at this cast, bouncing back. Yerax, full snap down. Miracle's got nothing left. He's running in with an enchant totem, graved up, but giving up his life. A buyback from Chibi. What can you accomplish with this? Where can you go? You're slowed by lightning and MP just chasing you down. You're dead. You got no buybacks. And Earthshaker does have one. Can you go with Dazzle and defend your base? It looks pretty rough right now. One laner rank's gone. Second shortly to follow. MVP HOT6 close to closing this game out. It's by Everest. At this point, you're thinking about the next game's round. What do we do differently? How do we stop this from MVP HOT6? Because you're dealing with mega creeps now, and if you had trouble against Broodmother Spirelings, you're going to have an awful lot of trouble against these mega creeps. Very early grave there onto KS as Earthshaker buys back their last hope.
The clutching at straws here. Even though the Leshrac even in the last team fight didn't have BKB, it still wasn't enough. So I picked Jerax as my MVP. You know, he was a support Lina, got out early Yule Scepter, got 15 minutes, baited out like 2 or 3 BKBs that ended up allowing him to push. In my opinion, he played amazingly.
Oh, definitely. His farm efficiency is right up there. The fact that, you know, okay, his team give him top lane, but he made something out of it. That Yule Scepter, like you said, baiting out BKBs, making sure that the opponents aren't quite sure if you're actually going in. Because if you Yule someone, you're thinking, oh, they're going to Light Strike away, the Bloodseeker's going to follow through, you're going to get all of this sort of pain going your way. Then all of a sudden it's just like, well, I'm just going to walk back and all calm and collected.
And even like when they took